Welcome back to another edition of Marco's Minute. Every week we try to give you a handicapping tip or angle, and this week we're going to look at something absolutely brand new. How to use the college playoff format this year in your handicapping. Well, we've got no basis because it is the first year. Now, a lot of people are talking about these teams are going to run up scores to try to get style points. And you know what? That is a good angle to look at, but let's break it down. I think there's going to be two groups of teams. The teams that are in the top four are already there. They just have to hold serve. You know, at this point in time, they're in conference play. They're probably from good conferences that they've made their way into the top four. So if they win out, they're going to hold their spot. And a lot of times, you're going to play conservative, maybe playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Vegas knows that the public's thinking they're going to run up the score. So you're going to pay a premium for all the teams in the top four and the teams just on the outside looking in. Now, with those teams on the outside looking in, yeah, I think they have the opportunity. They are going to put that extra score in. Look at last week's game with Notre Dame and Arizona State. Arizona State had the game put away, yet they punched that last touchdown in at the end of the game. Most coaches would not do that when a game is done and you've got it won. But they're going for style points because they were so far on the outside looking in. Maybe it did work. That dominating win over Notre Dame had them jump a lot of spots last week, so now they can start to sniff the top four. And I think that's an angle to look at. I know Vegas is going to make you pay a premium for it, but at least if you know your coach is not going to sit on a lead, I don't mind laying an extra point on a game. So my thoughts for you and my tip this week in Marco's Minute is don't be so quick to take the teams in the top four. I think they're going to play a little tighter because they have the pressure. They're already there. The teams on the outside looking in, they need to win, yes, but they don't control their own destiny. They need help, and they will look to pile on if they have the opportunity. And one last final thing. Over the years, a lot of handicappers used as a tool, they like to take home underdogs if they were playing the #1 team in the country. You got a jacked up crowd. Brian mentioned it in a video earlier when LSU was playing Alabama. There was 100,000 people inside the stadium. There was 200,000 around the stadium partying and watching the game. It's a big event, pulling for their home team. I think this year you actually have the rest of the way, not one #1 team, but literally four, because the four teams that are in that bracket are going for the playoff championship. And these teams, when they face one of those teams, this is their national championship game. If they can't play in it, the next best thing is to knock somebody else out. That's my Marco's Minute for this week. I know it's more than a minute, but I hope it helps you pick some winners this weekend. We'll be back next week with another Marco's Minute.